10 financial principles you won't learn in school. What financial topics did you study in college? Credit? Investing? Financial management? Or did you merely enroll in the classes you needed to pass the graduation requirements? Well, these classes were generally considered to be meaningless, much like calculus, astronomy, and anthropology. The more time has passed since I graduated from college, the more I regret how much knowledge was left out. We are told by the outside world to go obtain an education and a job and everything will be fine. But regrettably, it's not that easy. You need to know a lot more about money than what you will learn in school if you want to succeed in the real world. All success stories are built on a foundation of personal finance. Our team of specialists has put up a list of the 10 most crucial guidelines that everyone should follow to be ahead of the game with their finances, in order to spare you the hustle and bustle of having to learn from your mistakes. Here are 10 of the most crucial personal finance rules you will never learn in school. So, grab a pen and notepad. Why don't you click the subscribe button before we get started? And the bell notification icon so you never miss one of our videos. Let's start. Number 10. Purchasing your first house. If you want to purchase a property, you must save up to 20% of the purchase price as a down payment. If you don't, you will be required to pay private mortgage insurance, which might seriously deplete your savings. What you won't learn in school is that, despite the discomfort of increased mortgage payments, there may be a financial benefit to paying more money now rather than delaying saving for the 20% deposit. The real estate appreciation rate has increased significantly over the previous 10 years in the US, yet salary levels have remained constant. Therefore, starting to save 20% of the home's value is unrealistic because it would only rise sharply over time. The guiding principle here is to proceed only if you are confident in your ability to save the money within at least 5 years. If it takes longer though, you will be chasing a moving target as the cost rises. Number 9. Save, save, save. You will learn in school to set aside at least 10% of your salary. But let's be honest, this isn't enough to support oneself in retirement. Well, unless you make millions of dollars. A respectable savings rate for the majority of us with steady employment will be between 25 and 40%. Not that 10% is completely useless. It could be a wonderful starting point for developing your savings muscle. Reduce your spending and pointless costs to save more money. Put your money in a savings account with a higher interest rate rather than getting that morning cup of coffee. Number 8. Emergency savings. You might not have learned about emergency fund in class. You're fortunate, though, that we can impart this knowledge to you. According to recent data, up to 40% of Americans lack the resources to pay for a $400 emergency. This disturbing figure only serves to highlight how little emphasis people place on having an emergency fund. What if your job was lost tomorrow? Would you have enough cash on hand to pay for everything? The general norm is to have 6 months' worth of expenses saved up, but we advise making it more if you can. Number 7. Basics of budgeting. Although it's crucial in life, budgeting isn't covered in the classroom. Sadly, not learning the fundamentals of budgeting in college can put you at a disadvantage when you graduate, especially if you move out. One may experience hardship after hardship if they are unable to manage their finances and distinguish between wants and needs. Everyone needs to understand how to make plans for a life supported by earned income. This includes knowing how to budget for all expenses while also making sure there is money left over for basics like groceries and savings. Budgeting is crucial, but let's face it, nobody likes keeping track of every single dollar they spend. Instead, you can use a strategy we call tactical budgeting, Long-term planning and budgeting are required for this. For instance, you may decide what you need each month and then make a budget for the following 6 months that includes your needs, wants, and associated prices. To make sure you don't go over budget, divide the funds from the plan you prepared into various accounts. You can then occasionally consult your list to stay on course. Number 6. Compound interest. The power of compound interest may be the best kept financial secret. Time is the one thing that all young people have over everyone else. They may not immediately reach their financial objectives, but they have an advantage when it comes to investing. All they have to do is take advantage of compound interest's powerful effects. Young people can accumulate significant wealth over the course of their lives by saving tiny amounts of money in high-interest accounts. Here is a fantastic example to demonstrate the significance of compound interest. If someone offers you 2 choices, the first option would be $3,000, while the second would be a penny that doubles in value every other day. I assume the majority of people would pick the first option. Probably so did you. The second option, however, would only be worth $10 million after 30 days if you did the arithmetic. I don't know what will persuade you to start utilizing this fantastic opportunity to increase your fortune if it doesn't. Number 5. Credit secrets. Most young individuals max out their credit cards shortly after receiving their first ones. They then wind up with a life that is completely consumed by debt, where they are required to pay off substantial sums of interest. And in some circumstances, this leads to late payments that could have a negative impact on them. The significance of credit ratings and upholding a stellar credit history is a fact that most individuals are unaware of. But if schools had paid more attention to teaching students this life skill, they probably would have known the insider information. What you need to realize is that your adult financial situation is typically determined by your credit score, which is one of the most crucial aspects of your financial health. A good score makes it much simpler to buy a home, get a car, get a business loan, and makes it much simpler to accomplish other goals in the future. The significance of credit cannot be disregarded any longer. Everyone must understand how to establish credit and maintain a good score at all times. Here are some suggestions on how to do this. Get a credit card first. Although the majority of people believe acquiring a credit card is a mistake, it is actually crucial for raising your credit score. Here's a nice example. I have a friend named Kevin. He, like some other people, delayed getting a credit card for the most of his formative years after leaving school. It doesn't seem like a major issue, does it? However, he was unable to obtain any financing when he began looking for a house to buy and a car because his credit statement hasn't yet been established. As soon as you obtain a credit card and start using it, financial organizations start keeping track of all your purchases and interest payments. They'll grade you on your effectiveness and give you a score. Now, when you apply for a loan, your credit score will decide both the loan amount and interest rate. Next, always make on-time payments on your loan. There is no other option, so if you owe money, make sure to pay it today. Number 4. Insurance regulations. You should purchase life insurance if you have anyone who depends on you financially. This can be your parent, spouse, or child. Term policy is preferable to a life insurance since it provides coverage at any time. To save money, cancel the insurance if no one is financially dependent on you. Obtain insurance for your other assets and elements in addition to life insurance. Your car, house, pricey possessions, and health are included in this. Additionally, if you purchase umbrella insurance from one insurer, It will ensure a discount and cover many policies. Prior to selecting a company to provide insurance, though, take your time comparing costs and the benefits offered. Number 3. Taxes. Since taxes cover such a wide range of topics, they are rarely covered in class. If you want to stay on the right side of the law, it's critical to comprehend how they operate. Learn how to compute the tax rate and determine how much money you will have left over before you receive your first salary or complete any business sales. By doing so, you'll be better able to assess whether a job offer will satisfy your financial requirements and decide on the best pricing approach for your goods or services. Fortunately, there are several online calculators available that can handle the grunt work for you. They will display your take-home pay together with your gross pay, tax liability, and remaining balance in your account. For instance, after deductions, a $35,000 annual salary in Manhattan, New York will net you around $26,399 in income. Consider the marginal tax rate that influences your rise as well. For instance, a raise from $35,000 to $41,000 will only net you an additional $345 a month rather than $500. Make it a practice to do your own tax returns. There is a lot of incorrect information and bad advice out there. Be cautious. Number 2. Protect your health. Without insurance, a hospital visit for an injury like a cracked knee might cost thousands of dollars. What will happen if you visit the emergency department if you're having trouble paying your monthly health insurance premiums? It's possible that you'll have to take out loans to cover your medical expenses, which will put a hardship on others who had other plans for their money. It doesn't seem fair, does it? Get a medical cover right now if you don't already have one. Additionally, maintaining good health might help you save a lot of money. This includes choosing the correct foods, keeping a healthy weight, exercising frequently, and avoiding alcohol and other addictive substances in excess. Protect your health today if you don't want to regret it later. Number 1. It's not always necessary to incur student loan debt. Contrary to popular belief, you don't actually need student loans to receive a college degree. The latter can be obtained without one. 85% of recent graduates lament their high student debt loads and the significant amount of money they must spend paying it off as soon as they begin working. These loans are not necessarily required in order to complete your degree. Some colleges, including Davidson College in Charlotte, offer financial aid to students to prevent debt accumulation. Other institutions provide top-notch instruction for a much lower cost than private schools. You may also enroll in a less expensive institution, work while you study, graduate quickly, or start your education at a community college. But we're not advocating that everyone should aim for debt-free education. It may be worthwhile in some circumstances. A few $1,000 shouldn't stand in the way of your beginning a career that will pay well if you have your sights set on them. Do not, however, make this debt the primary reason that you are a college student. Your career goals shall be attained in a variety of other ways. That concludes today's lesson, which we hoped you found helpful. If you're still here, I'm sure you loved the video. Give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Stay tuned for our frequently updated finance videos that can help you prosper. I'll see you in the next one then.